All right, welcome back. We got another problem. Well, besides the TPM's issue, but that's a story for a different day. Anyway, we're about 26 degrees in the northeast. I don't know how much is that in Celsius. I'll flash across the screen how much is that in Celsius for you folks out there in Canada and other parts of the country watching this. Anyhow, let's take a look. We got some issues. 2007 Honda CR-V. My daughter's car has got about close to how many miles here, guys? Yeah, it's up 262. It's got 262, so that thing, the Honda is still kicking. So let's figure out what's wrong. A whole lot of noise. I figure it's just a winter noise, but I think it's more to it than that. Oh, that's very noisy, folks. It sounds like it's just a pulley. We'll just replace the pulley. So a couple things you need to keep in mind. This is the power steering reservoir. So it looks like it's cooled down, so it should be at the low point according to this reading here. So based on a low level when the engine's cold, so that's when you read the actual reading. So a pro tip there. So a couple things to remember. This is a low pressure line, so this goes to the pulley, goes there. And high pressure line is usually skinnier because think about it, it's small diameters, it's going to push fluid through harder, which that's what you want to go down to the power steering rack, which is down there. So you follow the hose, it goes down, and there's a power steering sensor. You can see right there with the wiring right there. So that is the power steering sensor. Snakes around, goes across into the power steering rack, which is way down here. Right here, I'm gonna grab it right there, that one. By the way, if you're enjoying this video where you want to help with costings or fixing the stuff yourself, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. It helps us tremendously as far as the growth of the channel and helping you save money. Ultimately, what it comes down to. All right, let's get started. All right, so when I did the research, a lot of people say usually it's just the O-ring, this right here, that needs to be switched out, or this one right here, that's coming from the reservoir. But I don't think that's the case with mine because I hear it squishing here. For today's video, we're just gonna switch out the power steering pump. We're not gonna mess with the, I thought about maybe change out the high pressure line here, but it's just too much work. And this channel is about cost savings, so we're not trying to go crazy here. So we'll order some stuff. This will be from Amazon. I think I saw it for $100. The O-rings. The O-rings like $7. All right, first things first, you want to jack up the car. So this is the passenger side. Sorry for the lighting. We gotta do this at night because my daughter needs this car in the morning. So we're gonna get this done in the nighttime. Night action for you guys. So this is the driver's side, passenger side, front passenger. That's what we're looking at right now. So front passenger, take off the wheel, and you use 19mm lugs, take those off. Oh, check out these slotted rotors that I put in there. Check that video out if you haven't seen that video. And then what we're gonna do is access the crank pulley, which is right behind here. So we're gonna use our tool from Amazon. We'll just pick these off, these covers, and we'll get to the crank. All right, so we're gonna pop these tabs off. I got a whole bunch of replacements for these, so not too worried these break on me. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Okay, so that's exposed. Well, now we're going to look up and look at our tensioner. I'll show you in a second. A little pro tip, what I did was I put the hood latch handle down. So I put this piece of wood there. Kind of keeps the hood up without having this latch in my way. All right, so I had to stop yesterday. It was cold. I couldn't feel my fingers. So it's more daylight now. So at least you can see a little bit. I'm doing this just for you folks. Yes, it is kind of raining and drizzly. So anyway, here's the setup. Remember I showed you the 14mm wrench with a 1/2 inch ratchet drive, and this is the setup. This is the reason you need that. I mean, they sell special tools at Amazon to get the put some tension on the tensioner down there. That's where these ratchet, the wrench is attached to, and then I have it attached to the wrench over here. So a 1/2-inch drive connects there. Gives you a little bit of leverage. So that way if you look at it from this angle, got a little bit of leverage on it. If you see, you can see this move when I crank on this, going in the front of the car. You can see it move there. You can see that on video. That's just enough to slip the belt off. Once that's off, we're going to take off the power steering pump and then switch them out real quick. I left everything connected because I'm going to do such a quick switch out. You know, be like a ninja. Get that done for you. All right, I'm going to film as much as I can. It is raining and it's hard to see because it's way down there, but you can get the idea that the ratchet and the wrench needs to be down there where the tensioner is. Because we moved this power steering reservoir around, we can move it to our heart's desire, to where we want it. There. Mortal Kombat fans there. Get over there. Put my full weight on this. I'm just making note of how the belt goes around the pulley. Later on I'll show you my fancy drawing of my belt. These are 10 millimeters there. So 10 millimeters holding these here and here. 10 millimeter here. Right there. But the way I'm looking at the replacement aftermarket, probably just remove the hose and then reconnect our reservoir. I'm going to drain out the old fluid and give it a new one. I know you're supposed to flush it and clean it all out, but I'm not doing that. It's raining, it's wet, I need to get this car done. Oh, my daughter wants to use it. You know, got no patience, so I've got to get this done. And then I pre-marinated the bolt that's holding this one. This is a 12 millimeter holding this one, and there's one right behind, way back down there. I can zoom in for you. Can you see it or not? There. Wow, that's a 12 millimeter. Okay. All right, here's the setup. So we're gonna take that 12 millimeter we talked about. Got a long extension on it. Brings it out here. There. Lefty loosey. If you get anything out of these videos, make sure you're unscrewing the correct way. Don't do what I do, as I am not a professional. I didn't say that yet. I am not a professional by any means. I'm doing this in my driveway when it's raining. Just because you guys wanted this. So we're gonna do it. Persuader, come hither. There we go. Broke that bad boy loose. So it's 12 millimeter. Comment below the general rule. 12 millimeter. They only torque them to 17 foot-pounds. For all you ASC certified folks, is that correct? Usually just it's around whatever the size of the bolt. That's basically what it comes down to. All right, so we're gonna drain that into a container like that. And then we're gonna do the old switcheroo really quick, as much as fast as we can. Honda fluid. So I just put my finger here, took out a little bit. And I'm just lubing the receiving end here with a little bit of power steering fluid. That way it slides in easier. Little pro tip there, folks. All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna remove this clamp. Yeah. It's gonna spill, but what can you do? It's part of the process. Famous L-shaped clamp. That thing works wonders. There it is. Kind of loosey-goosey. Alright, let's do the old switcheroo. Get this close by. Let's got some messes, which we will Not bad at all. Not going in at all. Come on, man. Look at the flow, homie. No flow, huh? Yeah, some is better than nothing. It's going down. It's pretty good. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Not a professional. I do what I can. That's not what you can do for your Honda. That's what you can drain from your Honda 10mm. I have my O-ring ready to go. I'm gonna pre-lubricate it with some power steering fluid, then I'll pop it in. Come out. So let's grab this rag. So I'll show you the O-ring. It's right here. So you see the O-ring? I'm going to take that out. Pick. So I pre-lubricate, so you just be able to stretch right over it. That's the pro tip there, friends. Bam. So we're in. A bit of mess, it's okay. We're out. Put it back how we found it. There it is. I felt that. You can actually feel it slide in. The 10mm, we'll just snug it up to 8.8 foot-pounds. Comment below if I'm doing the correct way. 17 foot-pounds, 17 foot-pounds. That's all torqued up. Actually, let me do the 10mm torque those down. I believe it's 8.8 foot-pounds. 8.8 foot-pounds. All right, a little bit of a problem. Here's the aftermarket. This is actually smaller. This is actually smaller than the original. This is the OEM. You can see it's a bigger size. So because the hose that feeds it is a bigger one, so I'm just gonna switch them out. So do note that, don't break the old one. We use the OEM one and switch it out for this one. It does fit into that recess there. Just put it, make sure you carry over the O-ring. That way you're gravy. All right. Oh, one more thing. So I did notice even the OEM and the aftermarket missing a screw here. So comment below what does that mean. But the OEM didn't have it and this one doesn't have it. So comment below for you guys that work on cars a lot why they only have this hole that's not being utilized. All right, so we're gonna put the pulley on, the belt onto the compressor here. Put on the compressor here, and here's the water pump right here where my finger is. Come around, and the crank pulley here. It's gonna come around, and then we'll go top. Again, reference your picture of when you took a picture of what the list looks like. That way, you don't forget. All right, you're gonna fill up to the upper level when it's cold, as noted here on the bottle. And it's pretty clear, look at that. You can barely see it, but it's at the upper level. I'm gonna start it up. So still get a good level with the heat on, that's the heat. That's actually not the just like you see my other video with how I did my Tundra. So we're gonna turn left and right a couple times all the way over. Actually sounds pretty good. Usually you hear that. That sounds very good. Do that again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, I'll stop. About 4 times each side. So as soon as you shut off the power steering pump, it should come back to level. The reason I have the cap off is for let the air escape. But the ultimate recheck, it would you have to let the engine cool down. Once that's cooled down, you can really tell if this is, because oil will expand and contract just because of how it's heated up and cooled down. That's it. If you like this kind of channel where help your cost savings by doing stuff yourself, working on your car, the big threes that Nate O'Brien always says: transportation, houses, and personal finance or food. Anyway, we do get this done. This was $100 from Amazon. You get it from your local car place. It would have been $200. $100. O-rings, $7. Fluid, another $10 from Amazon. Unfortunately, I don't have Amazon account. I guess Amazon kind of disproved me because I have been driving traffic or make money for them, so that's the reason. But you guys watch these channels, you appreciate these kind of videos and help you save money. You know what you gotta do. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Subscribe. Again, thanks for watching.